But I had an experience that guided me in saying that we now had to go multimedia. But my father was a bicycle repairer, serving the coal industry in Enugu. So there were boys that come on holidays to stay with the miners. And one of them happened to be very proficient. He was helping my father to repair his bicycle. To cut the story short, in 1958, the young man came for holidays and told my father that he had scholarship to go to England to study mechanical engineering at Imperial College. And my father was highly excited. So, in order to beef up the pocket money he used to give him, now somebody's going to England. He made it jump well. The guy was excited. And he called my father's attention and said, "Sir, can I advise you?" My father said, "Please, what's the advice?" He said, "I'm advising, sir. Yes, I agree that there are over 5,000 bicycles in the coal industry being managed by the coal miners. And that the bicycle repairers are less than 20 and you're one of the most proficient. But if you take my advice, I would advise you to learn how to repair cars." And my father was very, very, very furious. He said, "What do you mean by that?" He nearly collected the money back from my young man. He said he was restrained. We didn't get this story as his children. Until late, early 70, middle 70, my father called us and said, "Look," because by that time, bicycle had almost disappeared. Coal industry had collapsed. So instead of going to Enugu to live, he was forced back to the village in Eke. So my father said, "Do you know why I'm here? I refused an advice by a young man to follow technology. Please, whenever you see technology growing, go with it." So I told them that there's nobody here who had no friend or relation in UK, in the US, or anywhere abroad or in China. I asked them whether they still have a transistor radio, or how often do they listen to shortwave. I told them because of the ice. And that radio station, we can put it inside there. So today you can get, if you have our application, you can get Voice of Nigeria in their smartphone. If you can't get it in our own phone app, you can get it in simple radio. You can get it in tuning radio. You can get it in the radio garden. The idea was that if somebody is going in England or in Brazil, you want to go to VOA, you must stumble into VOA. And most of the feedback we had been from such group, because we remain with our mandates to deliver the message the way it is. We're not contesting with any group to add or subtract. We're not sensational. We report the news the way it is. So I'm handing over the handover to Mr. here, but most importantly, the key. Key to this project.
I pledge, as the new Director General, I will strive to uphold the ideals and mandate of the founding father of Voice of Nigeria. I will work with you to energize Voice of Nigeria on the global stage, all of you, and I count on your support. And sir, it's so fitting that as an undergraduate, one of my interest area was Chinua Achebe. And indeed, my BA thesis was one of his least popular book, Antis of the Savannah. So it's fitting that many years, after over 60 years, one of his apostles is coming to head the agency. In days and weeks ahead, I look forward to receiving briefings on the state of affairs and the operation of the organization, so that we can take proper stock of where we are right now and chart a bold course into the future. I would like to seize this opportunity to pledge the operational excellence, technological innovation, and staff welfare will be priority under my leadership. Of course, you cannot work if you don't have the work tool. it can't be, there's no magic about it. And we have to move with the modern technology. We have to understand that the world is moving. And therefore you need to move with the world. You just mentioned a very important point, sir. It's very important that even as an individual, if you don't move with time, even in PR, sir, we talk about it. You cannot say the way PR was practiced 20 years ago, that's the way you practice it. What the social media we're using, how do we use it to reinforce our own values? Because if you leave the space, others will occupy it. How do you use Voice of Nigeria that Nigeria will link up to it through what we do at every point? Because these are the things that we need to look at. If you leave the space, others will occupy it.